What up, Group? Welcome back to Alliance Wars Season 20, War 5, where Agent Graphite took on PBT. And this was a pretty decent war. I did die terribly last war, and my goal here is, again, to go on a deathless streak. And we get 6 fights this war. I'm taking a normal team of Ghost, Herd, and Wasp. I am going to show you the team I bring in, just because, it was already queued up, but why not show you anyways? My 6-star Wasp is sadly on defense, so gonna bring in 5-star Wasp, but Wasp gets no love for this war. It's just Ghost and Hood who have all the fights for me this war. And I'll start on path 9, which you'll see here. I'm gonna scout out my path. I start path 9, which is the hazard shift nodes, which is good for Ghost, and I go to path 8. I wanted to do path 7 with Wasp, but we're gonna do path 8, and then there's a Doom Boss, and I really want to take Doom Boss, but you'll see what happens. So yeah, we're going into path 9, and I don't really have to boost up for these fights at all. Neither of these opponents are stubborn defenders, and it's a really easy fight. I don't think I even boost up at all for this fight, because even if I get hit, I'll be fine, but I won't get hit. And I can easily turn the Incinerates and Poison straight to a Fury and just do more damage. So as you see there, 10,000 damage right there, 15,000 damage just in a medium attack. And if I did a special one, I would finish him off there. 15, 15, and 11. And he is down. I lost like less than 1% of health, which is nothing at all. And I'm not running suicides because I know I'm going to be using Hood for the next few fights after this. But he is not a stubborn defender. I checked. And again, still hazard shift. Same thing here. Just make sure that Longshot never gets to a special 2, because that's where he's going to wreck me completely. Although I can just phase right through the damage, but that's how you get wrecked quickly. 16,000 medium, just like that. All these big mediums. I'm going to do a parry here because I didn't think I can last through that. And I get to a special 1, and he's done. I knew that special 1 and 2 I would have finished him easily. But yeah. And on to the second section, where I take on Medusa. Path 8 almost always has cosmics on it, because it's all about the opponent you're fighting against having buffs. But also, this is buff and balance, so whenever the defender, aka Medusa, gets a buff, I can get a weakness debuff stacked on me anytime she gets a buff. The only way to get those weakness debuffs off me is by throwing a special. And with Herd, which you'll see here, I'm going to boost up a little bit because I do not want to have... I want to get this fight over as quick as I can. I'm usually really good at fighting Medusa with Hood. It isn't a hard fight with Ghost, but it's a risk with Ghost because you can get armor broken really easily. But I'm throwing on these Mystic boosts for the next 2 fights because I want to get them done as quick as I can. I throw on a health boost just so I can have more health with Hood for the next 2 fights. I'm going to take the next 3 fights actually with these boosts. But next 2 are Hood and the one after is Ghost. So, let's get into the action. I was going to take the mini boss before this, but I kind of died last war with it from encroaching stun, so I didn't take it. But anyways, waiting for it to queue up. Let's go, Hood. Let's see what we can do against Medusa. Now my goal here was to get to my special 2 and stagger her as much as I can. I'm trying to parry her, but the stupid invisibility from the Ghost synergy doesn't really help. She's almost at 3 Fury, which means she has living strands. I can only do 1 attack or heavy attacks, which is my goal here. I'm trying to get a stagger on here, but my crits from my heavy, I guess, aren't going to do a stagger. And I probably had enough time to do a medium, then a heavy, but I'm just going to play it safe and just do heavy attacks while she has her living strands up. Evade a special 1, not too hard. I'm trying to get those special 2. I'm almost there, so I can make it so that she never throws debuffs or buffs on herself. So that means I shouldn't get any weakness debuffs on me while she has the staggers up now. Got a stagger up. I refreshed it just in time, which is what I wanted. I get a lovely intercept on me. But however, whenever I stagger her buff, it still procs for her, so I'm still getting those weakness debuffs. I'm going to throw her a special 2 just in time before she gets living strands. My goal here is to not get auto blocked and not get combo to the face. I'm trying to bait special 1 here. But just, I think that the nullify from the special 2 needs to last longer, because that's not long enough. I'm still getting some weakness debuffs on me, which make this fight last a little bit longer. Another special 2, and I threw on a power boost so I can get a little bit more power out of the special 2s, I guess after them. And yeah, this is a very simple fight. I don't think I get nicked at all during this fight. I think my intercepts are almost always on par. I do throw a special 1 here just because she's at 10% and I figured I can get a special down. and finish off before that next Autobot comes into play. She's at 1% and she's done. Now she's not a stubborn defender, so she isn't that bad. But the next fight is Venom, who is a stubborn defender. And the next fight's a little bit tougher. You saw me take this fight a few wars ago with Hood, and I threw on an invulnerability boost, which I don't throw here. Now this is Risk It Richer, which basically means that whenever Venom has more buffs than me, which is almost always, except when I throw a special 2, he gains 12% of a bar of power every second. He has 2 buffs right now. I have 1. It's more. So he's gaining more power than me. Still 2 buffs on him. And I have all these weakness debuffs, which means I need to throw my special 2. I'm not doing that much damage. I swear his watch this. Watch how close he gets to special 3. This is what scares me so much. He's so close to special 3. He's about to get it. Oh, he doesn't throw it. I'm so lucky. I'm like, dude, I didn't throw a invulnerability boost in this fight. I would have been dead right there, dude. Dead. Now, he has no buff, so he's not getting any power at all. Not until he gets a buff. We both have 1 buff on us. And now I have none. But I need to keep throwing special 2s here, just so I can make sure he never gets that power from Risk It Richer. And my goal here is to bait out special 2s and make sure I'm invisible during them and just block them. I can easily take the block damage with my rank 2 6-star Hood. Not hard at all. Keep throwing special 2s, doing just the damage I need to do. And keep baiting special 2s of his. So as you see here, I'm just going to block the special 2s. It's just a good amount of damage, but not enough for me to worry about it. Keep throwing my special 2s, just in time for him to have no buffs at all. I think I have 3 out of 5 Mystic Dispersion, so whenever I do stagger one of his buffs, I do end up getting a bit of power from it. Just enough to help me get to all these special 2s over and over. And I'm throwing specials so often that the weakness debuffs, I barely do anything at all. And I think I had a dexterity there, but it didn't proc Stubborn. Because he's below 15%, I think. I'm just going to block the special 2, about 1 or 2 more specials. I end up throwing a special 3 here. I wanted to throw a special 2, but I just got a special 3 because I think I staggered one of his buffs and it gave me some power. It's fine because it gets him to like 1%. You'll see it be 1 right there. And I accidentally dexterity, so I need to block this and he's going to die from bleed damage. And that fight, it wasn't a mess, but he was very, very close to a special 3. If he would have thrown it, I don't think I would have died, but I definitely would have been in trouble from bleed damage if he bled me. Anyways, next fight is Kinetic Transference, Power from Afar Blade, and I'm going to take this with Ghost. Now, a big issue with Blade is 1, he's stubborn, 2, he gets a lot of power in this fight if you're away from him and if you're blocking. 3, his special 3 has a 50% chance, I believe it's 50% chance to stun you. And last time when I took this fight, I think 2 wars ago, his special 3 he threw and it did not stun me and I was so lucky. And I didn't get any buffs I wanted there. I wanted to get some Furies on me, but I couldn't. I'm just activating Stubborn and Accident, throwing special 2 right here. I didn't really need a power boost on this fight, but I believe this is when he gets to special 3. You'll see in a second. He's pretty close to special 3. Luckily, I'm able to phase this right here. He throws it. And there is a 50% chance for him to stun me. And my Limber is not on right now. So that stun is going to last a while. Luckily, I just phased, but there's the stun. Phased through 3 of those hits. And he gets 3 hits on me. Luckily, it wasn't a 5-hit combo, but still, he got some hits on me. Hits I didn't want to take, didn't have to take. But I think I phased through 2 bleeds from his special 3, so I'm doing a bit more damage than I would have done anyways. Yeah, I phased through 3 bleeds of his. And this fight is over just like that. I did take a few hits, but honestly, it wasn't anything that I had to worry about. I have one more fight, which I kind of just stole. They were sitting around, and this is a Tigra, and I'm like, you know what? Tigra isn't a hard fight, except for the fact when it's a Mystic, and there's Mystic Dispersion, which I never thought about. Now, I heal up a bit, which you'll see I don't really need to do, and I boost 1 boost. Now, the 200% tech power boosts were in the store at this moment, so I'm like, you know what, I'm going to take advantage of this and just use one and just buy it for, I think, 7,000 loyalty. Not an issue. I do throw in a health boost just in case I do get hit, but honestly, I think I'm going to phase through special 3s just fine this fight. I wasn't worried. I dueled a Tigra, and I'm like, you know what, as long as I bait her special 1s, I'll be fine. A special 2, if it nicks me, then I'm dead. But again, I'm not throwing suicides on here. I probably should have. I want to do a bit more damage here. But I have stuns. I have all the stuns in the world I want to do here. There's no limber, no issue, I can't stun. But watch how she gains power right here. Watch. Wait until my buffs run out. And look at all that power she got from the 200% power boost that she gets on this node. And now she's almost at special 3. I'm like, dude, not good. Don't throw special 2. Good. Throw special 3 while I'm phasing. Okay, good. I was not even thinking about Mystic Dispersion in this fight at all. About if my buffs, I had 5 Furies on me at once. That would have been a huge special one. Luckily, I didn't throw it because she could have gone straight to a special 3. Now here, I'm just going to rinse special 2s. I have a power boost on. It's 200%, so I have enough. She's not a stubborn defender, so I can just throw them over and over if I want to. And because I'm not running suicides, I don't have to worry about phasing that timing the phase correctly. One more special 2, and she's done. That fight was really easy. Didn't have to waste those potions, but you know what? It's safe that I do. And in case I had to do that Doom boss, then I potioned up. But this wasn't a bad war, honestly. I mean, I got 6 fight in, no death. I'm running on that new deathless streak of 6 fights now, and it feels good. But we ended up winning this war against PBT. It was a lovely war. And good job to Asmo God of War and RZS on my team, and good job to Squirta, Mavid, and Larry the Lord. You guys kicked butt. It was a good war, and it was actually really close. As you see, 26 to 23 deaths. We were 3 deaths off from tying. And yeah, thank you guys so much for coming. Next war is going to be against 4 Loki. Wow, big war. I'll catch you guys later. This is Coop, signing off. Happy gaming.